Welcome to Boomhouse69's YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to do a little walking, talking around the neighborhood. If you're wondering why the background's kind of blurred out, it's just because I'm using a certain setting on my tablet's camera and stuff to blur out the background in case anybody's walking behind me. You know, their face and stuff will be fuzzed out because I'm walking out in public around my neighborhood, and it's out of kindness, respect for the other people that may be around walking and enjoying this nice spring weather. It's about 50 degrees out, and so yeah, that's why I'm doing that and stuff, out of kindness and respect for others. But yeah, today's topic is going to be about Gofundme, and I have quite a few people in the past. You know, I talked about ideas like the last one, I'm wanting to build an apartment building and stuff for the missionaries, and doing like a homeless shelter thing, and people suggesting to do a GoFundMe page and get donations and stuff like that. I personally do not care to do GoFundMe. I don't know how to work GoFundMe, and I know what GoFundMe is. I know it's a place where people set up an account and try to raise money for whatever their cause is or case may be, but I don't feel right about doing GoFundMe, and I don't care to learn how to use it or do any of that stuff, because what I want to do, the stuff I want to do, I feel like trying to make a YouTube video and upload the YouTube video and try through ad revenue of the video is how I think would be the best route to go and try to raise money. Yes, it's going to take a long time and going to be a really slow process. I know a lot of people are going to comment below like, oh, GoFundMe's would be a better route to go and stuff, but personally, at the end of the day, in the long run, for what I want to do, I think the better route is just simply making a YouTube video, uploading it, and then trying to generate through ad revenue and stuff. Because with GoFundMe and stuff, that's only a temporary funding. Once you raise up a certain amount of money, then you delete the GoFundMe thing, and then once that money is spent, then you have to, somebody like me would have to make another GoFundMe page if I had to raise more money for whatever reason and stuff. And in the long run, with doing a YouTube video and trying to get a bunch of views and shares, even though it's going to take a long time and be very hard to do, while that video is still up, it's generating income, and I don't got to worry about trying to take it down or after a while delete anything. I can leave it up for as long as I want, and you know, provided that I follow the YouTube community guidelines and stuff. You know, I can leave that video up all I want and sit back and let it generate income, and I think in the long run that would be a better route to go. And then that way I'm not taking people's money. The only money I'm taking is the money that YouTube pays me, and that's what I want to do more, instead of, oh, come donate to this cause or that cause. And because when you do GoFundMe, you're taking from hardworking people's money, and some people will have a tendency to donate when in reality they can't afford to do it, you know. And if you can't afford to do something, then you shouldn't do it, you know. And I know people would do it out of kindness. Oh, well, donate, you know, you get some little lady that knows how to work a computer and GoFundMe, and she might, oh, that poor dear, I'll donate some money to him. When in reality, she can't afford to be doing that. And then other people as well, and I just don't think it's a right thing to do and stuff. And so that's why I focus on trying to build up a YouTube channel instead, and going about my ideas that way of raising money for them and stuff. Because in the long run, I put all kinds of work into it, and then nobody can really say anything negative or bad about it. or that, or whatever. Don't have to worry about saying anything negative, because they'll be like, well, he built the YouTube channel, he worked hard for it, so nobody can really tell me what to do. Whereas with GoFundMe, people can kind of, have a little more control and say and stuff. And in the end, I just basically, long story short, is I just don't feel right about going about it that way and stuff. And so that's why you're not going to see me do any sort of GoFundMe pages. I don't have the knowledge and stuff. And what I said there is reason why I don't think it's the right way to go. And in the long run, you got to have a steady source of income for what I want to do and stuff. You have to keep some sort of cash flow coming in. And so making YouTube videos and different things, I think would be in the long run a better alternative solution. Yes, there's always that risk that the YouTube channel could get demonetized and certain things can come up, but in the long run, I think it's going to be a better solution. And then me, I feel like I'd have more, kind of like an upper hand on stuff, and more control of how to go about things with the money. And then if I later on decide, okay, I can't do this project for whatever reason, then I wouldn't feel so bad if I had to use the money revenue towards something else and stuff. I wouldn't feel all kind of bad about it and stuff, where like, oh, this idea for whatever reason won't work. Maybe local government says, oh no, you can't do that, we don't want that kind of stuff in our area. Then I can say, well, I guess I'll have to use the money for something else, and I feel a lot more better about it in the long run and stuff. Because usually on like things like GoFundMe, once you find out you can't do it and stuff, you'd have to figure out how to refund people's money back and stuff, and that might disappoint a lot of people, where it would anger-rage them and maybe cause some drama in my life and stuff. So I wouldn't want that. Whereas making a YouTube video and just simply generating ad revenue, it's going to be free for the person, because all they got to do is share the video, and then people watch it, and then they watch the advertisements and stuff, and then that's it. There's the way I'm going about it, there's no harm, no foul kind of thing. So that's why I'm doing this stuff the way I'm doing it, because I feel like it's safer, healthier, and better going about it this way, through YouTube and stuff. Because I was thinking about that a long time ago. It's like I got some kind of ideas in my head and stuff, and how do I go about getting them out there and sharing them with the world and stuff. And I made the decision that making a YouTube channel is going to be one of the best ways. And then two, I also thought, well, I get sick and tired of crappy products, so where can I go to complain about crappy products and do product reviews? Well, YouTube. So for what I want to do in life and stuff, YouTube is going to be the best route to go, because I would like to do, as I call it, some Hollywood type stuff, make up some, later on down the line, hire maybe some actors and actresses and camera people, and maybe make some kind of like web series shows and stuff, maybe. I even punted around that idea and stuff. So basically in the long run, for what I'm trying to do, YouTube is going to be the best route to go and stuff, because I like how the platform is set up. I like how you can do any length of video you want. You can even do 3-hour long videos, 5-hour long. You can do any length of video you like and stuff, and you have the option to, if you want to monetize a video, you can monetize it, or if you don't want to, you don't gotta worry about monetizing it and stuff, And then you also have the options of doing short videos as well and stuff, and in the long run, that's what I like about YouTube is. And then I like the fact that YouTube was, from what I know of, was created by American people. And of course, they sold it to Google corporations, and Google then bought them out and stuff. And I also like the backstory of how YouTube came about. You know, it was one of those where people had an idea and made it, you know, possible. And that's one of the reasons why I like YouTube. But yeah, I don't think GoFundMe is the way to go for somebody like me and the stuff I want to do. I don't think it's right. I understand people out there that use it, you know, like say a loved one's sick, or you had a freak accident when you had a death in the family that caught you by surprise, and you didn't have enough money saved up in time for a funeral, and you go on there and you make a page and say, hey, donate to my cause and stuff, loved one passed away, or you're somebody that's really struggling and you need a new car, and so you're asking for donation. You know, it's okay for certain things, but I just personally feel like for what I want to do and the things I want to accomplish, I don't think making GoFundMe pages for these ideas and stuff would be the right route to go and stuff. So that's why you're not going to see me mess with much GoFundMe. And if I do, it's because something really serious came about, and I had to, some freaky reason, use GoFundMe to raise money. But in the long run, no, I don't think it would be a good option for me, and I don't think it would be the right way to go and stuff. Whereas YouTube, I think it's going to be more the right way to go. Yes, it's going to take a long time. It's not going to happen overnight. But in the long run, it's going to be better, because it's going to be one of those things where even after I'm dead and gone, this YouTube channel, as long as YouTube keeps it up, and whoever collects the money when I'm dead and gone will probably be sitting on a nice little hefty nest egg, you know, kind of like I guess you can call it a retirement fund and stuff. So yeah, so that's why I like YouTube, trying to raise money through YouTube and stuff, because I think in the long run it's a better option and stuff, you know. You know, granted, not everybody becomes a superstar overnight, or a viral sensation over the internet overnight, you know. And usually when those people that do overnight become a superstar viral person, it doesn't usually last long. Where their fame, they get their 15 minutes of fame, they get a huge wad of cash, they go blow it, and then you hear all over the internet that famous person went bankrupt and it's no longer a thing, you know. Well, for example, those, I think they call them Island Boys or whatever. Those guys, they were popular for some weird little goofy rap song or some silly thing, or that hot Tua girl or whatever. You know, people like that, they got their 15 minutes of fame, and now you hear all this negativity about them, and now how they're broke and all this stuff, you know. So yeah, usually ones that happen to become superstars overnight sometimes don't last very long, you know. And I always feel like if you put more time and efforts into something, the more you're gonna get out of it and stuff. So yeah, it may take a long time, may take a while, a few years or whatever, but at the end of the day, that's okay, because in the long run, at the end of the day, I know I'll be able to accomplish it and stuff. So yeah, and then when I get there and I accomplish that, then more money will flow in, as long as people continue to watch those videos and stuff, and you know, generate more income in the long run and stuff. Even after I'm dead and gone, and YouTube is still up, and I still have a YouTube channel and stuff, and then whoever I have appointed to take over the YouTube channel after I pass away and stuff, then they will be probably sitting pretty. So yeah, because I feel like in the long run, doing a YouTube video and stuff, it's going to be a better situation than versus doing a GoFundMe page, because GoFundMe is just basically like a one and done thingy where you get one payment once you reach your goal, and then that's it and stuff. And I know what Gofundme is. It's just I don't know all the details of how to set something up like that, and I know what it is, and I just simply don't care to get involved in all of it, because like I keep saying, I feel like it's just simply not for me and stuff. So yeah, you're probably never gonna see Boomhauer69 do any sort of GoFundMe pages. I'm gonna try my best to just simply stay away from that, because I don't think would be the right route to go and solution for the way I want to do things and stuff. As for example, like I talked about doing the homeless shelter and missionary housing and all that stuff, if I do videos about that, and then later on I make all kinds of money off of that, even afterwards, if people are still watching the video, I'm still going to generate money and stuff until I decide, let's delete the video or whatever. And then that way, after, for example, say the video goes viral, even years later, after the momentum's died down, I'm still going to generate income, which will allow me to take that money and put it towards maybe repairs and whatever the case may be, So yeah, that's my reason there. I don't have much more to say, but I just I was sitting on my couch, laying there looking at YouTube videos and Facebook Reels and YouTube Shorts and stuff, and Instagram and Reels on Instagram and stuff, and I just simply got to thinking about that. People were asking about, you should start a GoFundMe and all that stuff, and I thought, well, I'll give them my reason why I don't care to, and that's what sparked this little talking video. It's a nice day, and I could use the exercise, so why not, So if you like this sort of content, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or a thumbs down if you didn't like it. Comment your thoughts below. If you didn't like the video, or you thought it was stupid, boring, or you would have worded it completely different and stuff, how would you done it, or whatever. Or even if you just want to be an internet troll and make fun of some fat guy over the internet with a lazy eye and talks funny, hey, feel free to do that too, It ain't sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words, they're not going to hurt me any. Trust me. If there wasn't so much censorship on everybody censoring stuff on the internet so much, you would get a completely different Boomhauer69, where I'd be having some interesting words to say and be wording things a lot different, but gotta clear up the act for the YouTube community guidelines, because they don't like all that swearing on the internet, I guess. So we gotta be careful, because basically when it comes to internet trolls, I'd be telling them I don't give a what they say or do, So yeah. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That's going to help me grow the channel. And by you sharing this video, I'm going to help me get lots of views and get me out there. So make sure you do those things, and hope you all have a good day. And thank you for watching Boomhauer69's YouTube channel.